heard about LifeWave about 2 years ago. My sister's a nurse, and she had some of her own physical things going on in her life as a nurse, and the doctors kind of snuffed her off. But she found LifeWave, and she experienced some changes, and so she shared with my wife about the patches. And at that time, 2 years ago, I was an over-the-road truck driver. So my wife said, "Here, I want you to stick this on the back of your neck every day and wear it for 12 hours." I said, "What is this?" I can't, I'm CDL. I have to pass a medical. I can't be, having stuff in my system. And she
Oh,
says, "No, no, no, it's non-transdermal. It doesn't put anything in your system." She's giving me the whole spiel. And, I grew up athletic, a runner, basketball and track and field and biking and all that. I was very active and outdoorsy. And I considered myself healthy. And she said, "Well, you're going to be eating, poorly out there over the road. So at least wear these patches." And all I could think of in the conversation is, how can this patch light up and put light in my body? This is ridiculous. I didn't want to do it. I said, "This is stupid. Give me the pack." And I went out the door and I put them on like she said. I'm a good husband. I just do what my wife says.
wow.
So 3 weeks later, I went to bed one night, and when I woke up, it literally is Gloria's story. I woke up 10 hours later, and when I woke up, I took a deep breath. And if you're a runner, if you've ever been athletic, you can get that deep breath and you can get a little bit more air after that, and it feels so good, right? Well, I hadn't been able to do that for years, and I didn't even realize it. And the running that I would do was very uncomfortable. I mean, I felt like all my joints were banging and clanking. And I'm only 62, but I was feeling that way. And my lungs weren't inflating and my heart was cramping. And I'm healthy. I have good blood work. And this is, I just said, wow. So anyway, after the 3 weeks, when I slept through the night, I said, it can't be that patch. But I kept wearing them. And I saw other things starting to change. I saw my forehead and my temples had all of these little precancerous things. The dermatologist called them basal cell. And then I had a squamous that I had to have cut out. That was very annoying. And then I had, of course, a lot of keratosis, these hard knots, everywhere, back to my hands, on my arms. And I'm looking in the mirror and I see them just dissipating. They're just slowly going away during like the second month, third month. I'm clearing up. Now, I talked quickly there, but by the third month, I had made up my mind that there were enough changes that it wasn't anything else. It couldn't possibly be anything else. Um, I would get up 3 times a night, like most men in their 60s. Then it went to two, then it went to one. And now I have a lot of nights where I'm sleeping 8 hours, or I might only get up once and get 4 and 4, 2 good REMs. So the patches have really, really done me well. And I started this 2 years ago thinking I was healthy. And I've learned that I'm not that healthy. I had this clay ball in my gut. I don't know how to describe it other than that. It's like there was just a ball of clay in my stomach. I would try to lay on my stomach to sleep at night, and it was uncomfortable. I used to love it. I'm 6'2" and I weigh 160 pounds, so I'm not a heavy guy. But I couldn't lay on my stomach. Well, that clay ball went away. I can't even tell you exactly when it was gone. I didn't have that sheet to write down my progress, but somewhere along the way, fifth month, sixth month, somewhere in there, that went away. And so let's see, better sleep, less bathroom, shrank my prostate, clearing up my skin, better energy, faster recoveries. Oh, I went out. I had so much energy about 1 year into it that I decided to go out and run. Like I wasn't a daily runner, but I went out to run and I felt fantastic. I kept running. I went 4 miles, and this was like a year ago. And then I patched the next day, and I really didn't have a lot of pain either. Now, to be fair, I did grow up a runner, but that was a little shocking for me as well, because I usually, when I would get into it or get out of it, whenever I got back into it, it would be painful those first few days, and it wasn't. So recovery was a lot cleaner. Um, I too started to have a little bit of hair regrowth. Uh, and it happened during about a 3 or 4 month period of time where it's like my scalp would be tingling and I would have to scratch it and then it would go away. And no, it wasn't dandruff. And all of a sudden now I'm looking in the mirror real close with my readers on, and I see like hundreds of little short hairs in my hairline and throughout the top here. And so I did get some new hair growth, and that really wasn't what I was looking for um, in the patching. I really wasn't looking for anything, but that shocked me. Um, Last but not least, um, 10 years ago exactly, I had a shoulder injury doing the police academy for corrections. I didn't stay in it, but it was an injury that right before I started patching, I was getting to the point where my sleeping on my right shoulder during the night would wake me up and I'd have to roll over on my left shoulder. And I just wrote it off as an old injury. I'm getting old, aches and pains are happening. And well, it didn't really even dawn on me till 18 months in when I took my arm and I rotated it up and I came around and I said, oh my word, my shoulder is 70% better.
Wow.
And now I put myself at about 85% better. It 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 comes in stages. It's like it fixes for a while and then it plateaus. And then it fixes a little more and then it plateaus. And this phenomena has been really strange. It's like now that I've read more about it, I understand that stem cells just go where they're needed.
That's right.
And it is amazing to me. So I feel better head to toe. I have, like I said, I have more energy. A year ago, I was furloughed from my job with half pay. So I got my camper and I went down to Zephyr Hills, Florida, to one of the renowned skydiving schools, and I became a skydiver.
Okay, yes, I'm
And
very familiar with that. Wow.
it takes a lot of energy, but the patches were giving it to me. Now, by that time, I was trying other patches besides X39. I mean, X39 was doing everything. But then I learned that if you want to pinpoint something here and there, then I'd wear glutathione for a month, and then I'd wear carnosine for a month, and then I would try something else. I just recently tried the energy patch, because I always had so much energy. I said, well, I better not waste money on that one. But I have put it on, and I feel better. I just move better. So I've been absolutely thrilled with everything that LifeWave has done, and I'm making some decisions now to press forward.
Wow, gosh, that sure is a lot of coincidences that occurred
Oh, by the way, I
with
did
your time.
finally, it was right around the 5th or 6th month. I think I called my wife and I fessed up. I said, hey, something's happening here. It's got to be the patches. You were right.
Now, how long did that take you to fess up?
I can't remember. It might have been a year.
Oh my. Okay.
Oh,
Well, hey.
Anita just stepped in the door and told me to say that she's been patching for 2 years also. We've been together 39 years. I mean, married 39 years. We've been together like 41 years, but
Wow.
she had a lot of migraines along the way. And she's been patching and hasn't had any migraines in the 2 years that she's been patching,
Oh my goodness. I
just
didn't
like
realize that.
Glory.
Yeah, and that is debilitating. So that alone, if that was the only benefit she had received, or you as a couple, I should say, if that was the only benefit you received, that would be worth it right there.
Yes.
Thank you for watching. And to learn more about this amazing technology, please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.